Let's go! Presented by Sleeper. Let's go, man! Let's go. I'm so lit right now. Welcome into the Blazers Uprise postgame show. I just went through a dogfight as a Mariner fan. That's why my eyes all messed up, you know? And if you guys just watched the Blazer preseason game, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me turn my mic back up. I turned it down so I didn't make any of you guys deaf, but I am on cloud 9 right now. And my reaction is not about the Blazers preseason game. Although Young Hansen did some stuff as I was box score watching. I did see a single second of this. I just had one of the greatest victories of my freaking life. And my voice is kind of gone again. It recovered. Now it's gone again. But shout out to all my Mariners fans out there. And shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this stream. Eric's going to solo. I can't like do a whole stream right now. I didn't really watch the game. But I just wanted to start us off, kick us off. Eric watched the game. He was watching both streams. And, yeah, man, I'm so freaking happy. Eric, what's going on, man? How are you doing, brother?
What's up, man? Happy for all you Mariner fans.
Like, bro, I pour my heart and soul into my sports teams. Like, I pour my heart and soul into my sports teams, man. All the criticisms I have for the Portland Trail Blazers, Seattle Mariners in the past, just because of how badly I want them to win, man. How badly I want them to win. And, yeah, like, all the 20 years of pain I've experienced being a huge Mariner fan. 20 years of pain, like, I grew up watching them with my grandfather, and they were his number one team, and he liked other sports, but they were his number one team, and I never got to see him ever get that excited about a Mariners game, you know? And I always wondered, like, how excited would he be if they were in the playoffs? Because I didn't see a playoff series until 2022. And just to see Mariners advance to ALCS right now is insane to me, and I'm insanely happy. I'm also a couple shots deep. I got to the point where I needed to take shots to bear that game because 15 innings is insane. 5 hours of being peak stress is freaking insane, man. It's freaking insane. Like, I was delirious. I became delirious during that freaking baseball game. And just to win it that way was so awesome. So if you guys don't pay attention to baseball, you probably don't understand. And that's fine. I hope you're having a good night. But if you do pay attention to baseball, if you're a Mariner fan, you probably know how I feel. So that was like the equivalent of a Dame series buzzer beater. And, you know, I hope one day soon we get these similar moments here with our Portland Trail Blazers. Hopefully we're building towards something special here, man. I'm just so freaking happy.
And it's only the ALDS.
I can't believe it. Like,
you still have 2 more series potentially.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like just being here, you know. I mean, I'm going to be on pins and needles with the ALCS, but like just getting to the ALCS, like never seeing that before. This is the furthest they've ever gotten in my lifetime, man. That, like, it's insane. It's like when the Blazers made the Western Conference Finals, you know.
It's technically not true, but
it's the first I've ever seen them get because I was 6 years old in 2001. I wasn't watching baseball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I started watching.
Technically, you were live. But.
Yeah, I started watching in 2005, and it was just pain. And I got to the point I never knew if I questioned if I was ever going to know what a playoff series was like, just playoff baseball in general for the Mariners. So, yeah, I like literally probably took 10,000 steps pacing around my couch the entire game, and kind of lost my voice yelling at my TV. I am that type of fan. Nobody can ever question what type of fan I am. I am diehard in it to win it, and hopefully the Blazers are on the come up too, man. So just wanted to share my excitement with you guys. I'm not going to do the whole post-game show because I'm going to just go watch the Mariners players pour beer over each other. And if they win the ALCS, I'll put some plastic. That's insane, Eric. I'll put some plastic up in this room, and I might pop a cork. All right, I might pop one. So hopefully the train keeps going.
For those asking, he hurt his eye playing basketball last night.
Yep. Last night, I thought I popped my eyeball out. So it's a good turnaround. I got hit in the eye, and like It was so swollen immediately. I almost thought my eyeball was coming out my head, and it hurt. I've gotten hit in the eye before. It hurt like nothing else, and my vision was literally black for a whole minute. I literally couldn't see out of the eye for a whole minute. I'm good now. We're good now. I can see again, and we're good. So, you should see a doctor. No, I'm fine. See, it got me here. So, that's not pretty. Maybe that's the other reason why I won't be on this entire stream, because, it's, I don't know, I kind of like it. It kind of looks badass. Hopefully it scars, That'd be a cool scar to have, I think. I could tell some really cool fake stories about how I got that scar,
So I've already told people.
Yeah, well, for the people that don't watch the channel, I can tell some really cool fake stories if that's a scar. Anyway, I'll hang out for 3 more minutes.
Imagine back in late 90s, early 2000s when the Blazers make it to the Western Conference Finals, Game 7, and then if you're a Mariners fan too back then.
I know.
So a year later, they have the best record of all time, and they don't make it past the Yankees in the playoffs, but it was pretty intense as a fan of, if you were a fan of both of those teams.
Yeah, this is how it would have been if we were streaming in 2019. To an extra level, because you guys, this is a Blazer channel, so you guys would be the same way in the chat, but we would have went live sooner. But if I lost, I wouldn't have had the heart to boot up a stream. But Eric has me covered as always. He was multitasking. Watching that, I heard it was a crappy Jumbotron feed. Just give me a quick fill-in on the Blazers for 2 minutes, Eric. Give me a little quick recap of this game, because I didn't pay no attention. Well, I want to know. Yawn, 16 points is pretty nice.
Yeah, he had a really good third quarter, hit back-to-back threes, had a pass he caught around the free throw line, drove in and scored, and then had a sweet behind-the-back dribble spin move. It actually worked this time and got a bucket. He was dealing in the third quarter, man. So yeah, it was good to see him kind of break out offensively. Grant was 0 for 5 from 3, but shot well inside the arc, I guess.
He had a decent game off the bench.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Sharp was okay. Had some bad moments, some good moments. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah. So did you hear what happened at the end of the game?
I heard Caleb Love went off.
So Caleb Love hit a 3. I think there was 30 seconds or so left to put the Blazers up 4. Kings go down and score a 2-pointer. They foul Caleb Love, misses both free throws, and then the Kings tie the game. Caleb Love drives at the end. It was almost like the Dame Paul George shot, only he ends up driving. I thought he was going to try to take a bad pull-up.
Yeah.
But he drives, gets fouled with 0.6 seconds left, misses the first free throw, so he's now missed 3 in a row, and the game's tied at this point.
Yeah.
And then makes the last free throw, and they don't get a shot off with 0.6 seconds and no timeout. So Blazers win.
If you make 1 of 4 free throws in crunch time, is that clutch?
Game winner, baby.
Is the one free throw you make clutch?
We won the game on a Caleb Love free throw, technically.
Yeah. Shout out to Stark Katie and K with a $5 donation. Says, my only question is, how much Blazers did Tori watch in between stress cheering the Mariners? Woo! Yeah. Not a single play. I saw one Yang highlight on Twitter, but commercials were my chance to walk to the other side of the house and try and calm myself down. My heart rate was 120 for an hour straight. That's what I was doing, man. I was pacing around the house, basically oh, next inning, if they can just get through this, we got the top of our lineup up, man. If we can just get through the bottom of their lineup, we can't get it back to freaking Gary Carpenter. Screw that guy, Eric. You know how I told you how I hate that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, props to him because we won, but goddamn. Goddamn, dude.
I mean, that was a horrible pitch by Spear.
I know.
That
was like exactly like game 1. You remember game 1? He hit that. The game that I was at, he hit that 2-run homer. Oh,
can you imagine if your whole season ended on one bad pitch?
I know. That's why baseball's so crazy. Like people say
But
baseball's boring, but like I fell in love with baseball this summer, man. Like in a fun way. Like just the pitching, what goes into every single pitch, and how much tension goes into every single pitch is like unique to the sport.
Some late season call up getting his first ever postseason at bat comes through, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I named my kitten Leo, and I was holding my kitten when he went up to bat. We were my girlfriend was actually holding the kitten when he went up to bat, and then he got that clutch hit. So I got a lucky kitten. You know, it was a good name. Good name. I thought about naming him Cal. Shout out to my guy Cal. Maybe if I named him Cal, we would have won in 9 innings, but you know, I'll take it. That's pretty cool. That was, insane. Just the tension that goes into it is just so crazy. So crazy. Rally kitten. Yeah, I'll share my kitten. That sounds kind of... All right, pause. All right, Arrow. Props to Arrow. You got me. Yeah, maybe I'll... how do I say
Arrowmancer's a huge cat fan.
Yeah, he is. He loves cat. He loves cats. Yeah. Anyway. What does fell in love with baseball in a fun way mean? Well, I mean, I don't know what other way you'd fall in love with the sport, you know, but I don't know. Maybe you fall in love by being tortured by your team. I don't know, but like, yeah. It means whatever way you want it to mean. I can't put sentences together. I kept adding Mariners clothing until we won. I'm a sweatball now. Props. I was like trying to stand in different parts of the room in the 13th, 14th inning, hoping that me standing in a different part of the room would change something. That's how delirious I got, man. That's how delirious I got. So, yeah. Before I bow out of here, I gotta do some obligations. Shout out to Sleeper, man. Shout out to Sleeper. Free $20 entry with promo code Uprise. Get a 100% match up to $100 with promo code Uprise. If you're a Mariner fan, celebrate. Get that free $20 entry. You know, we got a baseball game tomorrow that you can put some picks on. We got NFL this weekend. We got ALCS Game 1, and the Mariners are freaking in it on Sunday. And we got NBA should be right around the corner. I'm still waiting for that to pop up. So make sure you get in now while they still have this free $20 entry, no deposit needed. And that's a great way to support the channel, man. I greatly appreciate all the support you guys always give us. So if it's with Sleeper, if it's with the like button, if it's with a comment, subscription, membership, whatever it is, we appreciate it. Shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring the channel. Can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. Anyway.
Congrats, man. Go celebrate. Have fun.
I know. I'm going to go celebrate. I'll be back at the end. How long you want to go for, Eric?
I don't know.
It's a Friday.
Like
at least
hour.
it's a Friday night.
Yeah.
You can always go in and turn off the stream in the studio, but I'll be back in an hour. So anyway, appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Eric got you covered. We always love a good Eric solo stream. So peace out. Go Mariners. Wait, which one is it? Wait, I have to set it up for a solo stream. Whoops! That's awkward.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's awkward. Because it was a window capture. I hope you don't get collab cammed. Do you just want to do a Google Meet so you don't get collab cammed?
It's fine. We'll risk it. I'll just text you if something happens.
No, let's do a Google Meet.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be if I'm gone, if I leave and you get collab cammed, it's just gonna like be 20 minutes of nothing. Streamlabs, fix your stuff. I'll send you the Google Meet link, Eric.
Okay.
We're gonna have to timestamp this video in the description. 3 minutes if you're a Mariners fan, and like 20 minutes if you're not. 20 minutes if you're not. Okay, I will send this to you. There you go. What's up, Raymond? So I just caught the highlights, but Young seemed to pop off a little. Yeah, it's good stat line. Good stat line. I'm looking forward to watching these highlights, considering I didn't watch the game at all. Okay. We gotta minimize a little bit, but there we go. Wait. Let me make Eric smaller. All right. You happy with that camera? Or you want me? Actually, I'll make you a little smaller. You're just too big, Eric. Just too big, man. All right.
You can see a little bit of Tori's camera in the far.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. My computer's just slow. I need a new computer soon, but there you go. That's good enough. All right, I appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy Eric's solo stream. Go M's.
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? So how many of you are Mariners fans, and how many of you are tired of hearing Mariners talk already? Daniel says Blazers greater than Mariners. Yeah, so I watched the entire Blazer game. I had the Mariners game up on my phone. But to be honest, it was a pretty brutal watch. There was no, from either team, there was no actual game broadcast. So we got the Jumbotron feed, and they were constantly showing replays and stuff, which is fine, but missed a lot of actual action from the replays. So unless you were actually at the game, like I know a couple of you were, you did not get to see all of the action, no matter how you ended up viewing the game. So that's always kind of crappy to try and watch a game when you can't see a lot of what's going on, or there's weird angles of the camera and stuff. So yeah, it was a little difficult to see what happened at times, but most important thing is third quarter we got to see Jan Hansen's buckets, and he finally had a good showing, and it was good to see him kind of break out on that end. Yeah, the Kings broadcast used the same feed. They were showing commercials for Kings stuff, but that was it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that this was the same for everyone else, because I saw people complaining about it, but they tried to pump in the Blazers radio feed, and it was very far ahead of where the actual video was, and so it wasn't synced up at all, so I just had to mute it. So watching it without any sound, and then not seeing some of the action because of the feed, it was tough to watch. It's weird. I mean, I get it's preseason, but there's only 4 preseason games, and people are hyped about the season starting. I never understand just not broadcasting all the games. But at least there was a way to watch it, whether that was illegally watching it or not. Trevin says they fixed the audio in the first quarter. Yeah, I just gave up even trying to go back and seeing that. So Rohan asked if I think Young is a legit shooter. I think the jury's still out to be determined. I'm hopeful he will turn into a legit shooter because his form is pretty good. He's got a really solid base on his shot. I think his follow through is good. I, I'm optimistic that he can turn into a shooter or someone who you at least have to respect out there. But it's tough because he's never really shot a good percentage from three. So yeah, it's I think with him, it's kind of a hopefully he shows that and becomes more consistent with the shot. I don't know if you can necessarily say that with confidence he'll be a good shooter, though. But I mean, in that third quarter, he looked like a shooter, right? So that's fine. Give me just a second. Sorry, I had a kid issue to deal with. Anyways, yeah, what did you guys think of Young's performance tonight? Man, this is why. So we've talked a lot about Tori and I are not as high on him playing right away or contributing right away as a lot of people seem to be. But at the same time, he's such a fun player to watch. And so I'm hoping he gets minutes regardless of how he does. Um, I just really hope he plays this year or has a role because it's just like a different aspect of basketball that we haven't been able to watch, like a big man who can do some pretty cool things, whether it's make a fancy pass or that spin move after the behind the back dribble. Yeah, so he's a fun player. So you want to see him on the court. I just hope he can contribute to a winning team this year. RG says Blazers interviews are up. Maybe we can hear them together. Unfortunately, Tori's making this feed from his place, and so I have no control over being able to put on interviews and stuff. So if anyone said anything of importance, you can mention it in chat, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to listen to them. The thing with Young, though, so in the first half, especially his first stint, it still was looking a little rough. And I'm not saying this to be like negative or pessimistic or whatever, but him and Jeremy come into the game, and I think one of the first possessions they're in the game, the Kings get like 3 offensive rebounds. And so yeah, that kind of stuff needs to be cleaned up. He's got to be stronger on the rebounds. Still, what do you have? 2 defensive rebounds tonight. And the Blazers ended up severely out rebounding the Kings 50-38 in this game. Only ended up giving up 12 offensive rebounds, which, I mean, it's still bad, but not as bad as it seemed like it was going to be. But yeah, I mean, still a lot of things he needs to improve on. Got some silly fouls. I think he had 2 within the first couple minutes of checking into the game. And so, yeah, it's definitely has some things he needs to improve on. But like I said, he's such a fun player, whether he's playing well or not, like you're always wanting to see what he's going to do next. And it's been a while since we've had a player like that. Brendan says he was trying to defend DeMontis. That's why he's struggling. Yeah, I mean, DeMontis has some crafty moves. Got foul baited him a couple times, and that wasn't good. He's got to learn how to not jump and get off his feet. He has had he had a couple. Yeah, this was in the second half. I think he had a nice where he was playing drop and the guard dribbled right at him. I forgot what guard it was, but he had a nice play where he just went vertical and got a piece of the ball. So yeah, good to see. And I feel like he's the type of guy. We know he's learning the language still, and he's got a lot of external factors for having to develop to, not just on the court. So he's still learning, work in progress. So you just like to see that improvement. And man, when it got electric, even as for a preseason game, when he started getting going, you could feel the energy just pick up. You know, like if you go back and watch the highlights, you can hear the crowd oohing and awing and stuff like that. So yeah, just really, really good performance from him. Ron says if he was from the 5 years from the future and he told me that both Young and Klingon were starting, who do you think would be the four? I would say that my question would be which one is starting for a different team, because honestly, I do not think it's going to be possible. They can maybe play for a few minutes together situationally, but they're just too immobile to start. So I just don't think it's possible that either one can play the four. Well, it says it was the loudest preseason could go. Yeah. So Ben says, I swear I saw confidence come on to Young after that second three. Yeah, I mean, I like that he shoots them. Like he doesn't hesitate. The one where he shot off the Denny pass at the top of the screen, almost a corner three. I mean, he fades out to the 3-point line, is ready for a pass, and is ready to shoot it right when he gets it. So, yeah. Tickets were only $10. Regret not going. Yeah. I mean, this team's going to be fun to watch all year. But yeah, preseason, you never quite know what to expect. But this seemed like it would have been a pretty good game to be at. Brendan says, I thought Maxime Ronald looked awesome tonight. Wish we could have found a way to get him as well. Yeah, I think he was a good pick by the Kings. Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to play this year or whatever, but once we drafted Young and we already drafted Klingon the year before, still have Robbo and stuff, like it didn't really make sense to go after another center, even if we would have gotten back into the second round. Andrew asked if the offense looked any different tonight. Here's the problem. The weird camera angles, it was really hard to see. It was really hard to see, man. I was having trouble trying to follow guys. The times I could follow them off ball, there was still a lot of standing around, but I don't know if I can fully judge it based on the views we were shown if you had to watch it on TV. And I felt like the offense wasn't like the Blazers got off. I felt like they were super sluggish at the beginning of this game, like really sluggish, especially on the defensive end. It just did not seem like they were competing on that end the way they started the Golden State game. and it was really frustrating. And as Marv says, Kings kept fouling. There was a lot of fouls called in this game. So yeah, that did slow the pace, but I felt like the Blazers struggled to get into their rhythm at the beginning of this game. But then you look up and they're into the 30s in the first quarter. It was like I forgot what they finished with. I can look it up real quick. At 37, yeah. So I mean, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, the offense wasn't really looking very good in the first quarter when they put up 37 points. So still not seeing that free flowing offense that we were told was going to happen, really. But it's hard to argue with the results right now. Yeah. Greg says Tamani was not 100% according to Chauncey. He's nursing a sore knee. I'm surprised they play him then in this preseason game because, he probably does not need a ton of preseason work. So if he has a knee issue, I'm surprised they didn't hold him back. Just got to hope, knock on wood, that it doesn't turn into something more serious that causes him to miss any games. And then, yeah, I just want to mention that I thought Chris Murray had some really good moments in this game. He had some really strong drives to the basket, some good finishes. I thought he was a positive in this game, playing against his brother. Yeah, Jeremy. Jeremy ends up. I mean, I guess he had an okay game. Someone said he had the highest plus. Yep, he did have the highest plus minus on the team with a plus 12. Ends up with 18 points on 13 shots, so he got to the line 8 times. But man, 0 for 5 from 3. What happened to his 3-point shot? He was consistently 40% 3-point shooter the first 2 years he was here. Fell off last year. Hopefully he can get that back because I feel like him being able to space the floor a little bit. I mean, we obviously need shooting, and yeah, I feel like he did not shoot the ball well. By the way, I've been awake since 4:00 this morning, so I had to get up for work, and yeah. So if I'm yawning or tired, sorry. Not trying to. But yeah, I thought Chris Murray was solid. I thought Grant was a lot better than last game. Like I said, just needs to knock down the threes because with our lack of shooting, what did we shoot? 27% from 3 or something like that tonight. Yeah, 27%. So, yeah, we need shooting. That's still probably our biggest weakness, in my opinion. And so, yeah, if he can get back to like 40%, that'd be great. I almost would prefer him to just be a floor spacer versus someone who tries to do too much or whatever. But yeah. Mount Hood says Dame cough. Well, Dame's not playing this year, so yeah. Thank you, Steve. He says Chauncey said in the post game they didn't start well and didn't play their game. I completely agree with that. Like I just said, it felt like they had very little energy at the beginning of this game. And but yeah, somehow results were good. And that's gonna be I think that's gonna be a theme for me this year is trying to balance results versus the process. So if they're if they're ISOing and going 1-on-1 a lot and they're not moving off ball like they said they're going to, but they're having quarters like the first quarter tonight where they still put up 37, it's going to be hard to like say, oh, this isn't working or whatever, because obviously something's working. At the same time, I haven't seen much offensively that leads me to believe it's gonna like elevate their offense to like something that can work in the playoffs or like beyond just winning regular season games. So yeah, it's tough. But so like I said, especially in the preseason and maybe early into the regular season, I'd much rather see the process of them trying to improve into a different offense versus just, oh wow, Shaden hit a bunch of shots. Jeremy came off the bench and hit some shots, and Drew made some shots. You know, like I don't know if just making shots is indicative of how good the offense is or whatever. But obviously, it helps to make shots. And yeah, someone else I haven't mentioned. Torrey's still in kind of a prove it mode with this guy, but I thought Blake Wesley once again came in and kind of changed the pace of the game. Man, he's quick and he's trying to be a pest on defense. Yeah, he's made. I don't know if he ended up missing a shot later, but I know he at one point was like 3 for 3. He finished 5 of 6. Nice. Got to the line 3 times. Didn't have the assist this game, only 1. Blazers only had 17 assists as a team. So once again, that's something to me. If they are playing the way they've been talking about playing, you're going to start to see those passing assist numbers get better. So if we're still amongst the bottom dwellers in terms of assists in the league, I think they're going to have a hard time doing it. I think that's indicative of a team that's not moving well off ball and is still kind of stagnated. But at the same time, I mean, Drew's been doing it. Sharp's been doing it. Denny's been doing it. We have guys. Like I said, Chris Murray came in and did it. Young, if he's going to drive to the hoop off the dribble. We have guys who can get into the paint, and we did control the paint both on offense and defense in this game. Outscored them 62 to 46 in points in the paint. So I think that's it. Until they can kind of figure out the flow of the offense and how to run that motion, I think you're going to see a lot of just attempts to drive and kick, and the Blazers are doing that. But, you know, shooting 27% from 3, I feel like teams are going to adjust a lot to collapsing and leaving shooters open if they're not hitting. So just got to get those 3-point catch and shoot numbers up. But points in the paint look good, both offensively and then defending the paint on the other end is pretty good. We win the fast break battle, 20 points off fast breaks. Man, if we can become a team that scores, I mean, I don't think you're going to average 20 points per game on fast break points, but, you know, in the mid-teens or so, it'd be really cool to see them be a team that maybe is in the upper half of the league in fast break points. It's always more exciting when you get some easy baskets and stuff. Roger wants someone to explain to him what the Mariners did in NBA context. Blazers winning that 4 overtime game against Denver in the playoffs, only if that would have been game 7 instead of game 4, basically. But baseball's a little different, is like it's not there's not a time that runs out, right? Where you know that that's going to be the end of that overtime or possibly the end of the game. It just keeps going until someone does something. So, yeah, could have lasted a lot longer. Probably should have not lasted that long. um, yeah, I feel like Blake Wesley is gonna get a chance to play. I think Chauncey really likes that style that he's trying to play with right now, and I do think his energy and the way he pushes the pace on and gets up in your face defensively. Those are things that, especially coming off the bench, that can like flip a game. So I definitely think until Scoot gets back, I think Blake's going to get some minutes to try and do stuff. But I mean, I wonder if Chauncey's serious about playing 11 guys. I mean, I guess you could. If Chris Murray and Blake Wesley end up both playing, yeah. RWNW3 says he's like a Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't think he's as under control as Schroeder is, but that's not a bad comparison. I mean, we equated him to like a Dennis Smith Jr., Chris Dunn. Both those guys have had a good season after they left the Blazers, but yeah. Yes, this Cronin Cook going from Banton to Wesley as third string point guard. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's been 2 preseason games. I was never really the biggest Banton fan in terms of. Don't get me wrong. I think it is important to have like a microwave scorer or someone who can get hot and win you a game, like Banton did a couple times in his tenure here. But those volume shot chuckers that are inefficient. I'm not a fan of like relying on those guys. Like I think it's fine kind of how they used him last year. You know, when there's guards hurt or something, obviously he's going to play a little more. And then, you know, when you're struggling offensively, just put him in the game, see if you can make some things happen. But I don't think Blake Wesley is close to the type of player Banton is. Yeah, like Trevin says, if you showed a 2-game sample size for Delano Banton, like 2 good games, you can make him look like an all NBA player probably. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, Tamani didn't really do much tonight. Only played 14 minutes. Hopefully his knee is okay. That's the last thing we need is Tamani missing any time. We really need him in that lineup. Felt like Donovan didn't do much either. He did have 8 rebounds, I guess, but yeah, he's been getting into some foul trouble too. Had 5 fouls tonight. Yeah. Denny 4 for 9 from the field, finishes with 15 points though because he got to the line 6 times. Also had 6 rebounds. Yeah, he was okay. Yeah. Drew shot the ball much better than last game. 5 for 10, 2 for 5 from 3. I think you'll take that all day, right? If you can shoot close to 50% from 2 and 40% from 3, I think that's probably the best case scenario for Drew. 3 assists, no turnovers. So I thought he looked a lot more comfortable on offense, and of course we know his defensive capabilities. Sharp Let's talk about Sharp for a minute. Had some man. He had that crazy shot just inside the 3-point line. I think it was Sabonis got switched onto him, and he had that step back just inside the 3-point line. And man, that's such a tough shot. He also made a 3 where he kind of like lost the ball and then just chucked it up and it still went in. But yeah, he didn't look as locked in as he did the first game. I felt like on Wednesday he showed me a level of like I'm going to take this game over that he hadn't quite shown. I mean, he's taken games over, but he just kind of like flows within the offense. I felt like on Wednesday he came in and was like, "It's my time. I'm gonna jump up and take control of this game." And tonight it felt like it kind of went back to just kind of being like it was almost like reluctant to like create at times or something, or just not quite as confident as he was last game. So hopefully it was just one game or whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think about Sharp tonight? Did he defer to Denny? I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think he had some really good moments and shots in this game. And he's not gonna shoot incredibly well every night, 2 for 6 from 3 when you think about it is still better than he shot from 3 last year, 33%. So I guess it's an improvement. But obviously you'd like to see him make more than that. But he did have there was some Casey Holdall tweeted out that I think it was at the end of the first quarter. I can't remember if it was first or second quarter, but he had a long 3-point shot that Casey Holdall said that the NBA initially counted as a heave. And if you don't know this year, heaves are, I think it's 35 feet and out. So I'm going to check. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember the exact. But there's a certain thing if you shoot past there at the end of a quarter or at the end of the shot clock, you do not get your official stats do not have that count against you anymore. So they're hoping the NBA is hoping to add some more shooting at the end of quarters and stuff. So it's like a long-standing tradition in the NBA to like wait until right when the buzzer sounds to release your shot. So it looks like you tried to shoot, but you just didn't get it off in time. But then it doesn't hurt your percentages. Yeah, so they now have a category for heaves, and it doesn't count against your field goal or 3-point percentage anymore. But anyway, so Holdall tweeted that the NBA counted as a heave, and then later the NBA changed it to an actual 3. So there was a end of quarter 3 in there. So really he was 2 for 5 on other shots. So, I mean, if he's a 40% 3-point shooter, you'll take it. And then I always say when you shoot 6 and you make 2, if you would have made 3, you're shooting 50% from 3. So it's just the difference between making one more. And maybe that has to do with staying locked in and stuff like that. And here's why it's really important that you concentrate and stay locked in. The 3 for 6 free throws, man, that has to be better. You cannot be shooting 50% from free throw line if you're a scorer like Shea's projecting to be. And it just doesn't make sense that he would be a bad free throw shooter. So hopefully he can clean that up, because that's also something that can really help his efficiency if he's not only getting to the line, but making a good percentage of them. And I feel like when you have a player as talented as Sharp is, it is like a focus or a mental thing when you're not making free throws, or you become a bad free throw shooter. Yep. John Nash says this offense makes me heave. I mean, they scored 124 points. But yeah, I kind of agree that I'm not seeing like these huge changes that are being sold on, but it's only been 2 games, and like I said, it didn't have the best angle to see what players were doing off ball a lot. So, and the other thing is too, when it's on a feed like that, didn't have the capability of like pausing or going back. So a lot of times, like commercials or halftime, I like to go back and take a look at plays and just look at something different than what I was watching the first time it happened. Because naturally you're looking at whoever has the ball, usually when you're watching a game. But I like to go back and look at some of the player movement off ball on certain plays, but didn't have a chance with that feed tonight. Marv said they had 70 at half again, first half point better indicator. Yeah. Obviously scoring 70 points in half 2 games in a row is really good. So yeah, that's good. But yeah. Did they let Young orchestrate up top yet? He did catch a couple passes up top. I think he tried to drive both times. I'm trying to remember. Well, did he? Remember? He had 1 assist. Yeah. Elizabeth Allen says the heave rule is starting at the half circle, wherever that is, 36 feet away from the rim in the center. Okay. So yeah, over 35 then. I wonder how like definitive they'll be, like if it's kind of close, if they just give him a heave, or if they're like, nope, his left toe was over the line by an inch or something. Yeah, exactly, Tristan. Because that was 37 feet, I think. So yeah, I think Dame's game winner against OKC would have been considered a heave. Oh yeah, the line. Okay, I get what you're saying. Mars says for the second game, Portland's top 10 players outplayed the other teams. Yeah, I forgot who started halftime. I don't think everyone played in the second half. I know Sharp played a little bit at the beginning of the third quarter. For the most part, though, it was mostly the bench guys in the second half. So Zachary Brem asked, "You think Repair has a chance to be in the rotation during the first part of the year?" I don't actually. Yeah, I don't. Especially if maybe if Thibault doesn't play, and if this injury to Tamani is something that keeps him out of a couple games or something, maybe. But I at this point, I think Chris Murray is better than him. And obviously we have Grant, Tamani, and Denny at the forward spot. So I think if they play 4 forwards, that's going to be – it's pretty obvious Chauncey thinks Chris Murray is ahead of him. So I don't see any way that Rupert gets a legit chance at rotation minutes short of injuries. Sissoko has a better chance. Yeah, maybe, but he's also on a 2-way, so they're kind of limited how many games they can play him and stuff. Williams, Matisse, and Scoot, so nice knowing we have them soon too. Yeah. I think if we're healthy, we have some pretty good depth. If we have injuries, it's going to be tough. And I still don't necessarily. I don't know what I think about Repair's potential still. I mean, obviously he's still young. He hasn't gotten a ton of minutes or repetitions in NBA games. So there is still the possibility he could develop. I don't know. I think he's one of those guys who is just always going to be talked about like, oh, he has some potential there, but I just don't think it's that realistic for him to achieve it. Yeah, I wasn't saying Repair was on a 2-way, Brendan. I was answering the person who said Sissoko is going to play over Repair. I was saying Sissoko's on a 2-way, so he's kind of limited. But yeah, I mean, Sissoko's showing some nice things. He gets after it defensively too, and he's actually been pretty good passer in the last 2 preseason games. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a shot over Repair, actually. Repair is a project. Yeah, project going into what year? Yeah, year 3. So, I mean, it's still early for him. He still could develop. Like I said, it's just I don't know. Just don't know if he's going to get there, especially on this team. Like, you would have thought the last couple of years he would have gotten rotation minutes with how bad we were at times, but it just hasn't worked out for him. And I still don't think it was a bad choice necessarily to take a risk on him in the second round. Yeah. But I just need to learn how to use the G League. Yeah. The Blazers do have, I mean, I felt like they've been using it okay. They did have some players play on the remix last year at times, but yeah, I feel like Repair needs to go like back overseas or something and then maybe take a second run later in his career back at the NBA if that's what he wanted. But and then also, I mean, we went through this with Nasir Little. Nas was, I mean, he did just enough. I mean, I guess he's been better than Repair, but Little's having trouble latching onto a team or sticking around the NBA, so it's tough. Rivero fam says was at the game tonight, so sick seeing Hansen find a good rhythm. Yeah, that was by far the best part of this. Best part of this game was seeing Hansen take over there in the third quarter. Tristan asks or says at the trade deadline, do you try to shop for a rental backup center for Matisse? I don't trust Young this year if we're a playoff team and Rob will never be healthy. Yeah, I think you gotta maybe, I don't know. I think it's all dependent on. I mean, if it ends up playing out the way you phrase that, and Young doesn't seem ready to contribute, but it seems like we're still close to competing for that playoff spot or whatever. I think maybe you make a move, but you know, if one of Young or Robert Williams is playing well or whatever, I know you can't depend on Robert, but I just feel like Hansen is someone who, I mean, Cronin's kind of backtracked a little, but he did call it a reach after the draft. He did actually say it was a reach. Now, that doesn't mean it was wrong or right or whatever. Like it could be the absolute right decision to draft him, and who knows if we would have traded back or waited for another time if he would have even been available, because there was rumors that some teams had promised him, like the Nets at 19 or something like that. But the thing is, and I know this shouldn't come into play, but it's natural for it to play out this way. And that is, this organization took a bit of a risk when they took him. They traded back from 11, so then you have like the questions of, well, you could have drafted so and so and whatever. So if like someone like Cedric Coward goes on to be a really good player or something, then you could question why the Blazers traded out of 11 back to 16. But anyways, the point is, I feel like they're kind of attached to playing Young, especially with how much attention he's getting and how much that would mean to like people watching the games if he's actually getting minutes and stuff like that. Once again, I don't necessarily think this should factor in, but it's only human to want someone you took a chance on or maybe reached for to to be a really good player and to blow up and to show something. So I do feel like instead of trading for a center, they'll just keep trying to develop Young until he either proves he can't do that or he can. So Tristan says Bulls could very well be selling, and Zach Collins is on the last year of his deal. Somewhat the same issues health wise, but more trustworthy. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind Zach as a backup. I just, like I said, I feel like they want to give Young a chance. But also, we don't know how the Bulls are going to be doing this season. If they're fighting in that spot they're always in, seemingly for a play-in berth in the East, especially with how down the East is going to be this year. So yeah. Beavis is pumped up for the Mariners' victory. Marv says part of what made Hansen look better in this game was no offensive backup bigs for the Kings. Yeah, Post kind of abused him last night. Kings don't really have a lot of big men depth, at least not yet. I mean, Renault could get there, but he's not a huge threat yet. Yeah. Let's see. Who else do you guys want to talk about tonight? Did we miss anyone? I think we pretty much talked about everyone. Yeah, just want to see Sharp continue to be consistent. Man, there were 64 fouls in this game. Preseason game. It was also funny that Casey Holdahl also tweeted that a bunch of the media members were going to be very upset with Caleb Love if he missed his fourth straight free throw, and they had to sit through an overtime preseason game. It's kind of funny. So the Blazers end up shooting 10 of 37 for three. 27%. Let's see. I think they're around 33% the first game. What did it end up being? Yeah, 16 to 48, 33.3%. So I still feel like shooting is going to be this team's Achilles heel. And I just it is going to be tough. So you start out when you average the two, you're about a little over 30% shooting so far in 3-point from three in two preseason games. But once again, granted, it's a small sample size, 2 games. But I just feel like that might continue to rear its ugly head all season, unless it's addressed at some point before the trade deadline. And I don't even know like who they could target, but I think shooting is going to be a problem unless a lot of guys either go back to what they've been shooting or some of their best seasons, or someone can like break out and become a good shooter. Adam, I'm not sure where you live, but depending on where you do live, it's probably either League Pass or Blazer Vision. I mean, there are still illegal streams. You just with Streamies going down, you have to know what to search for and kind of go do a bunch of you have to go try to seek it out more than you had to in the past. Lives in Northwest Washington. I mean, it's pretty much, if you want it to be above board, I think it's paying for Blazer Vision, or I'm assuming if you're in Northwest Washington, you're far enough away to get League Pass. I think you're gonna just do like a team specific one, and then I mean maybe not since there's no team up there. Yep. Tristan says it's nice not having to pay $80 a month for a crappy Fubo TV service. Yep. Adam, the game tonight though was not on. I mean, it was on Blazer Vision, but it was just the Jumbotron feed, so not the greatest broadcast. What's up, Wheezy? How you doing, man? Brendan says Javonte Cook seems to be a basketball player of some kind. I don't know if you mean that as like, that could go either way. Like you're either saying he's definitely a basketball player, like he's showing some good stuff, or like when there's a trade and people say this was definitely a trade of all time. Yeah, YouTube TV does not have Blazer games yet. Dwayne Hankins was asked that during media day. He said they still don't have a resolution on that. Mars says, wish I could cut out the replays and just use the split screen. Yeah, but it was literally just a feed of the Jumbotron from the arena. So they didn't do any production. They just played the feed from the Jumbotron. Do we have any updates on the ownership situation? So there, I don't remember if this was from like a court hearing or something, but there was something that kind of slid under the radar, and that's that Tom Dundon made it clear in some legal statement that him owning the Blazers was not dependent on the Turing family or whoever from Panda Express was investing, that he would still be able to purchase the team regardless of what happens with that whole lawsuit against them or whatever. But if they have to bow out and aren't part of the investment group anymore, he said they still had the money to pay for the team. And that combined with the way they were talking about Tom on Media Day, where Hankins and Cronin both talked about having conversations with him already and getting to know him a little bit. It just seems like it's pretty much a done deal. It's just a matter of if the Panda Express people are going to be involved or not. But it does still seem like Tom will be the owner. But the person who tweeted out from Sports Business Radio that there was going to be some surprises and twists and turns, and then when that lawsuit came out, said that was just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, obviously the guy knew something going on. So how much more does he know, or like what is he implying by that? It's kind of hard. There's so many options or different possibilities it could be. But man, I don't know if that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's pretty crazy, but I don't know. But it does. The more I thought about it, like the way they're talking about Tom already, and then hearing Tom had a statement with that, so I feel pretty confident he's going to end up being the owner. So Adam, you can still find. I mean, obviously, the place you mentioned was very dependable every time, but I mean, you can still search for different streams and stuff, and then find a way to find some games. Now I don't know how quickly, if they took Streamies down, how quickly some of those other sites will go down. But sometimes like tonight, you have to find a way to watch a jumbotron feed and try to watch something in a weird way. Let's see. Yeah, it's still expected to be wrapped up, the ownership situation, by the end of March. So I'm expecting it to maybe happen a little sooner. I mean, if there's more twists and turns, maybe not, but it does seem like that'll be done by March at the latest. Trevin says that streaming service wasn't good anyway. I know some people that like swore by it. So I don't know if Fubo still has the Blazers. I don't think they do. I mean, I might be wrong on that though. Didn't Streamies though have like links to other? I thought they had like links to some of the other places. I don't know. Yeah, it does kind of make me mad. Like I know tonight, it's not like Xfinity's fault or whoever your service is that the game wasn't on, because it wasn't an actual broadcast. But it does piss me off that. So I pay a lot of money for Xfinity, an Xfinity TV package every month, but I can't stream like sports channels or whatever, or the Blazer games outside of my house, even though I'm paying for that and I have them at my house. It's just it's just it sucks because like if you have YouTube TV or whatever, like you can watch that anywhere, right? Like you can just log in on your phone or your, like if you have Wi-Fi or something somewhere, like you can just connect and watch whatever, right? You don't have to be at home to watch YouTube TV, right? So it's just weird. Like why is like Xfinity not like that? Donkey says he can't stand on League Pass when they go to a screen that just says League Pass during commercials. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, it's so fun seeing Dame on the bench. Yeah, it'll always be. I mean, I'd rather see him on the court playing, but yeah, good to see him back on the Blazers bench for sure. Yeah. I know what you mean. I'm just. Tristan's the opposite. He says he hates commercials, so he's actually Loving that it doesn't make him having to mute the TV. Yeah. So it's Friday night. What is everyone doing this weekend? Anyone have any fun plans? I know the Mariners play on Sunday, but that game is in Toronto. Oh, Ducks. Yeah, Ducks play Indiana tomorrow, right? Yeah, another top 10 matchup. So anyone going to that? Austin's got his Cubs playing in hockey. Marv's hitting the gym as usual. What, Marv, do you live in the Portland area? What gym do you go to? Tanner says Joe Carter is going to hit so many home runs. And you know what? How many people even know who Joe Carter is, Tanagorn? Happy birthday to your dad, Adam. LA Fitness in Seattle. Nice. What year was that Joe Carter hit that game-winning home run in the World Series? Oh, 92 came to mind, but I feel like it was later than that. Like mid to late 90s. What year was that? Indiana is the worst. That's also who the Ducks are playing tomorrow. Should be a pretty good game because Indiana's got a fun offense. 93, yeah. Okay. Yep. All right, what else are people doing? I've got soccer games for my kids. Got one tomorrow noon, and then one Sunday morning. Blazers for Life says you have to connect to your Wi-Fi network. It's so dumb. Are you talking about Xfinity? Because that's what it's like with Xfinity. You have to be on your home, connected to your home box or whatever. Beavis, you could just move. Yeah, I think Saturday night, wife and I might go out on a little date night. Kids will be at my mom's house, so always nice to, have some alone time with the missus. Yeah. No Blazer game until I think they play Tuesday. Tuesday for the Blazers, I think, is the next game. Yeah, probably hit the gym as well. Need to really. My back was bugging me this week, so I didn't really get to work out too much. Yeah. Getting that mint chocolate chip. Okay. All right. Might be time to text Tori to tell we're ready to end the stream. If maybe he's watching. My kids are being so loud. I'm sorry. They're having fun up there doing something. Troy might have forgot about me. Yeah, he's off in his own little world right now. I might be able to find a way to end the stream. But... Let's effing go, Polanco, says Beavis. Yeah, it was a crazy game, man. There were so many times for both teams they had runners in scoring position with 0 or 1 outs and could not get a run across. It is crazy though. Like they still have a long ways to go to win a championship. So definitely exciting and stuff. I'm not saying not to celebrate or whatever, but like just imagine the progression up if they actually won a championship. You channeled Edgar, what, 1995 Edgar game-winning double. Yeah. Yeah, they had at least 3 times they should have put a bunt down at him, and they didn't. It was not very smart when you just need a run to win. Have Tori's cat in the stream. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I'm gonna text him. Maybe he'll come back on and show his disgusting eye again. Tristan's going to the game on December 23rd. Do I think Scoot will play by then? I mean, he should. That'd be. I think by then that's almost 12 weeks, right? I think it's almost 12 weeks since they announced it. When did they announce? Scoot injured hamstring. Two weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a 4 to, I think realistically it was like 6 to 8 weeks. If you say he's got to get ramped back up once he comes back. I mean, you got like a 4-week cushion. You never know because we're Blazer fans and you can expect some sort of setback or bad news. Hopefully not, but yeah, it's you'd think he'd be back by then. Is that game in Portland or are you somewhere else? Yeah, if you're still watching, haven't liked the stream yet, make sure and like it. It's the easiest way to support us. But yeah, obviously the further a Mariners run goes into the playoffs, the more distracted it'll be. So, yeah, but that'll end eventually. But I always say this all the time, and I always like to reiterate it. We have Monday, Thursday afternoon shows during the regular season. And then we have a post-game show after every single game. So, yeah. Season's so close to starting. It's crazy. Crazy. I think he texted me back. Let's see this. He'll be home in 8 minutes. I can end on my... I don't know if I can end on my... Since I'm not in there, but... Yeah. It's always funny having to hide messages where only I can see them, since there's no one else really in here anymore. I mean, Scooble was really good tonight, too. You also wonder what would happen if they just let him pitch more. Yeah. Max asked if I have any plans for the weekend. Yeah, I already kind of said. So one of my kids has soccer games on Saturday. One of them has soccer games on Sunday. Yeah. So that takes up a lot of my weekend. And then date night with the wife tomorrow night. Probably going to hit the gym as well. Gym, tan, laundry. Yeah. With this weather in Portland the last couple of days, I don't think I'm tanning. I'm not going to fake and make. Yeah, baseball analytics happen a lot in baseball now. The thing is, like, your numbers as a starting pitcher, seeing the lineup for the third time go down significantly. So, like, the theory is to take them out before they see each lineup for the third time. But I don't know what that means, Beavis. Yeah, my kids were both at soccer practice last night. If you're in the Portland area, at least on the west side, started just pouring down rain, and then there was thunder and lightning. They had to run for cover and cancel practice. So. Yeah, sometimes Adam, he says the third time through the lineup thing. Sometimes pitchers are still good. Yeah, there's something about just being like a competitor, and it's weird. Like us older people, when you used to see pitchers throw like complete games. Like, didn't Jack Morris pitch a 10-inning game in the playoffs or something? And then you see these pitchers like tonight with Kirby getting taken out. What did he pitch, like 77 pitches or something? It's crazy. Beavis, you've said a lot of questionable things that have not been shown. Yeah, there's something about, like, it's not just a baseball thing. This is true for all sports. Just like those certain players who are just like, no, I'm gonna will my team to victory. I don't care if my arm falls off. I'm gonna keep pitching. It did seem like Scuba wanted to keep pitching. They showed the bullpen there, or not the bullpen, but the dugout. Yeah, I wonder if I can figure out how to end the stream before he gets back. What is anyone else looking forward to any college games tomorrow besides the deck game? Is anyone going to be down in Eugene or going to college game day here in a few hours? I was thinking too during the Mariners game, like, and I think, see, it felt like if the Mariners lost tonight, it would have partly been. It would have felt like the Mariners manager Dan Wilson was kind of trying to win this game, but also thinking about what would have left or what his rotation would be for the next series starting on Sunday. Whereas the Tigers were just kind of like, doesn't matter if we don't win this game, so we're just going to try everything to win this one game. But Dan Wilson ended up having to use most of his pitchers. I think he used 3 starting pitchers too in this game. So I was thinking though during this game, Wooden wasn't on the roster for the ALDS. If he's somehow healthy and could pitch Sunday, that would be huge to give the starters a day off. Tristan, you're a Niners fan? I don't think I knew that. Nice. I don't think the Beavers play this weekend, so they can't lose again, thankfully. Pretty sure they have a bye. I don't think they'd have the bye yet. Post-game interviews. How am I already told you, man, I can't. What's up, Super Hachimitsu? How you doing? We're not gonna. No, we're. If he comes back, he's coming back to end the stream. We're not. It's already what 12:20 something. All right, let me see if I can. No. Okay. Did the Blazers win? Thanks for paying attention. Yes, the Blazers won by 1 point when Caleb Love finally hit a free throw after missing 3 in a row. And your boy, Young Hansen, did really well. 16 points. Went on a barrage of scoring in the third quarter. Why did it give me an error message when I tried to open that? Good question. Do you want to allow this device to make changes? No, I do not, because then it probably won't work. And will take forever to update while I'm on stream. I feel like there's only like 10 people talking right now, even though there's over 100. For real? Yeah. What are you talking to me? What the? Can you guys hear that? Did you hear that? I don't know what the heck that was. I don't think it's set up to. I opened up Streamlabs and it had. I must have been streaming. The last time I streamed, I think, was Summer League watching a game. And so one of the games Tori missed, so it had an ESPN page up, and all it was doing was playing an advertisement. Oh, there's Tori.
I thought it would be both of us on the screen. I thought it would be both of us. Rip.
Wow.
You just gotta come. Well,
just taking me off.
Yeah. Rip. Wait.
I don't think my Streamlabs was set up to take over. And
no, I got you. Wait. Well, if I'm just doing this, even though I know you're about to end the stream, but
yeah. We just wanted to see your eye one more time.
Yeah, God, dude. Like, that's brutal. That's brutal. Anyway, Tori had a 10-rounder. Yeah, man. 15-rounder. 15 rounds is a lot of rounds. What were you doing? I was playing basketball. Anyway, how's the stream?
Good.
That's good. I'm still living large.
I was just saying, felt like there was only like 10 people talking, so it's kind of like a personal stream.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
The Beavs do play? No, don't tell me that Taze plays. I don't want them to play.
Oh, what was I doing just now? I wasn't playing basketball just now. I thought you meant with what I do to my eye. Yeah, I was playing basketball. Even I don't like looking at it. Damn.
Oh, yeah, they're playing Wake Forest. Crap. That's right.
Tori doesn't even know what it's like to watch this team since 93. I mean, you had some good stuff happen in 95 and 2001. I watched this team since 2005. It's pretty painful. Till today.
Mount Hood, stop, bro.
I didn't even see. Oh, man.
He thinks you were having some relations.
That's an insane thing to say, actually. Freaking window capture, man.
What are you doing tomorrow, Tori?
That's a good question, man. I'm just sitting around enjoying my life.
Like that LeBron meme?
What? I can't believe this is my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. That's basically me tomorrow, man. I don't even know. Like, yeah, it's still so crazy. It's still so crazy. The thing is with basketball is like, it never lasts that long. Even the 4 overtime game, I think, didn't last that long, although that's the closest thing. But, like, it's just like there's a flow to it. Whereas baseball, you're just begging for like 3 hours for just something to happen for your freaking team. It's so crazy. Tori, did you do the damn goodbye wave to the other team when bowling? No, I left in the middle of my game because I was worried that I went blind in this eye. So no, I did not.
Did you wave by as you left?
No, I was kind of mad about the situation. Not mad at the guy that did it. He felt bad, but like he didn't do it on purpose, you know. But it was so painful, bro. I was yelling like, yeah.
Why would you show that?
So what?
Oh.
I need to pop the chat out. Let's see here. Oh, there's a lot of There's a lot of hidden messages that I'm just now seeing. So this dude is drinking a little bit.
Yeah, seems like it.
I'm gonna go to so many Mariners games next year, man. I already know.
Nice.
I'm not in stream mode at all.
Yeah, what is 12:30?
I know. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
I've almost been up for 24 hours.
What time did you wake up this morning?
I had to get up at 3.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I get up at 3.
I had to be kind of far away at 5 and
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's crummy.
It's all good. Most mornings I can sleep till 4, but
yeah. Well, at least we didn't have a stream last night, so I'm sure you went to bed early, huh?
yeah, not really.
Bro, what is with this stuff, man? There we go. Yeah. Eric hire me? No. I refuse to let Eric do that. Mariners are overcoming even though painful. That's, like, there's something about going through a ton of pain that just makes, like, the highs feel better, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
The Niners win a playoff game, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm excited, but I'm like, all right, win the one that freaking counts the most.
Yeah.
Why is this dude so unhinged right now, Eric?
You hire me. Get me on a job that has better hours so I can be more energetic for streams.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I said in the 6th inning it would be over in the bottom of the 15th. You know what did it? I finally tweeted out, let's walk it off times 7. Because I said, please walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. And then like 7 times later, it's like, all right, do it this time, please. They just had to throw a pitcher that like throws 80% changeups.
No complaining because you guys got the win.
I don't know.
Imagine if you didn't in this game.
Yeah, I don't know why they took Scooball out.
Yeah.
They should have thrown him 120 pitches. Your season's on the line.
Yeah.
He threw 101. Like, that was surprising to me because we immediately tied the game with him out. I don't think we were going to score another run if they didn't take him out. I mean, you look at how much we struggled to score a run against the rest of their bullpen. So that was surprising to me because I liked the way they were running up his pitch count, but I didn't think they'd take him out at, what was it, like 97?
99, yeah.
99, yeah.
Yeah, after he just threw a 101 fastball in.
You know what's funny is I should have actually did my Mariners channel this year like I said I was going to.
Why didn't you?
Just time. Like, I'm very busy, so it's...
I thought you had someone else that was going to run it, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just a commitment even behind the scenes, so...
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm well-versed enough to actually do it myself, though. Like, after this season. Because before I was like, I don't know if I'm, like, well-versed enough. After this year, I feel like I'm well-versed enough.
Yeah.
And this stream is just proof that I'm not... Well, I guess you could still say I'm a bandwagoner if I started next season. And you could say I'm just bandwagoner right now. But no, I've been through the pain, man. You can look at my tweets with me begging them to trade for bats for years. They finally do it. We're in the ALCS. Oh, look. A front office that listened to Torrey. They're in the Final Four. When are the Blazers going to do? I mean, I'm kidding. But mostly kidding. I would never start a Niners show. The Niners space is way too oversaturated, and I know football like the least, even though I do know football. Like I know football players, I think, maybe a little better than, like, random MLB players, but, like, I know baseball better as a sport. But, yeah, maybe next year. One of these years I will. One of these years I'll have the time to, for sure. But, yeah. I do a lot of stuff, so it's not like how it used to be where I had a lot of free time on my hands, so that's good. Adam Smith says, life is a gift. All the pain, disappointments, and setbacks make the eventual victory that much sweeter. Sports reflects life. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're up all the time, you kind of get used to it. It becomes a baseline, and then you're looking for more. I think that's kind of just like human nature. Whereas if you're struggling, and then you overcome it, right, and reach that next level, it's like there's something about that.
Yeah. I always said, like, Blazers winning a championship would be so impactful for that reason. Just like all the roller coaster of emotions my whole life, and then finally seeing them win would make it all worth it.
Yeah.
The Jailblazers and all the crap we've been through.
Yeah. I mean, even
injuries.
Just a run. Yeah, even just a run like this, though, would be awesome. Anyway, when's our next game? Oh, I gotta check the. Now I really gotta check the schedule.
I think it's Tuesday.
Okay.
I think it's Tuesday, Thursday next week.
Tuesday, Thursday, huh? Yes, Tuesday, Thursday. So I'll have rec. Okay. When do the Mariners play? Sunday? Monday? They don't play Tuesday. They play Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Is it 2-3-2 in the?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's like 2 in a row, then a day off, 3 in a row, then a day off, and then 2 in a row.
So how many of the games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are you going to?
I don't got money to go for any of them.
That's good.
This time next year, I probably would be going to all of them, but
yeah.
Right now it's a little. The money I spent on Game 1 ALDS tickets is still hurting a little bit right now. So, because that was like $300 a ticket, dude. I've never spent money like that on tickets in my life. And of course, that's the one home game we lose in this series. It's the one I go to. So maybe I shouldn't go to it. I don't know. But, like, I think I should just save up for potential World Series tickets. Because if they go to the World Series, like, I mean, I got to experience that, right? Maybe I'll start GoFundMe. So, GoFundMe Mariners playoff tickets. Yeah, no, I don't know. Instead of donating through YouTube, you can donate to my World Series ticket fund. Beavis, I agree.
All right.
I agree. Screw that dude, man. God. That dude drove me freaking nuts. After he hit that homer in Game 1 and, like, looking at the crowd popping his jersey in between innings and, like, smirking with a cocky ass. And then he hit that homer.
He backed it up, though.
Dude, he freaking tortured us. And then he does that today. Or, well, he hits the homer today, and I'm just thinking, oh, he's probably out there in between innings doing the same crap.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we fed him a fastball right down the freaking middle. We pitched like the most sliders in a postseason game since 2008 or something, like a highest percentage of sliders. But no, to this dude, we're just going to groove him a fastball down the middle. It's brutal.
Right down the middle.
It's freaking ridiculous. Like, but.
All right, well, I hope everyone has a good weekend.
Yep. We're out of here. I'm going to go scroll
good luck on
Mariners
Sunday.
Twitter. I know. I'm not even ready for another series. It's like 36 hours. Well, I guess it's in the evening. It's 5:03. So, but like less than 2 days away is too soon, man. A little soon, but I'm going to enjoy it tonight and tomorrow. And honestly, if they don't win game one, it'll suck. But like their pitching is going to be so taxed and Toronto's going to be rested. Like, just try and find a way to win one of the first two in Toronto and you're in the series, and hopefully Wu can come back. That's the hope. But yeah, like it's not going to be easy after we had to use Gilbert and Castillo and Kirby. So yeah, hopefully we get it done Sunday. We will see you guys again on Tuesday. On Tuesday, what tip-off time is that? 7? Okay, so we'll have a normal post-game show for that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Thanks for hanging out to all of you who were in the stream today. And if you're watching this back later, thanks for watching. And hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yep. Shout Sleeper. Shout Sleeper, man. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you again on Tuesday. Go freaking Mariners. We're out of here. Peace out. Go Blazers.
Go Young.
Go Mariners. Yes, sir.